According to official figures, more than a quarter of all children in Russia live in poverty. Every other large family falls below the poverty line. However, that's an issue not only for large families. Sometimes people fall below the poverty line right after the birth of their first child. The problem of child poverty is particularly severe in rural areas, where half of the children are being brought up in poverty. We went to a town called Kuvshinovo, located in Tver Oblast, to give you an idea of how this happens.
She has 5 children. After her first 3 children were taken away from her, she gave birth to 2 more.
And the father doesn't care about his kids.
No, he doesn't.
Not at all.
He used to beat me to raise his voice at the children.
Social workers come to them and say, "Get a job."
But there are no jobs.
How can I show up at work in this condition?
What condition? What's wrong with you?
I drank.
Why did you drink?
Because I wanted to.
Alcohol killed my mother. It killed my father, too.
Did you have any problems like alcohol abuse before?
Well, we used to drink.
The only ones who have a chance here. Killed me are those who drag themselves out of it like this.
I think when she'll have a sober look at her life, she'll want to get drunk again. We are in Kuvshinovo. We've come here to Kuvshinovo for what?
Konstanta Foundation works here. We help families in hard times and crisis. Those families where children are taken to orphanages. We bring children back to their homes from residential institutions. We fight for children's right to stay with their parents.
There are nearly 50,000 social orphans in Russia. These are children who were left without parental care for various reasons. Parental rights are generally terminated due to alcoholism or a complete lack of means to survive, when families have literally nothing to eat or when they live in hazardous conditions.
Firstly, parents are extremely financially challenged. Sometimes they have nothing for their kids to eat. For this reason, children are placed in orphanages, and then if parents have no support from people around them, or from the state social service, then a lot of stuff can happen.
1 in 10 children in Russia is deprived of adequate nutrition. It means that they barely eat any meat, chicken, or fish.
Our goal is to support families in a situation when their financial difficulties prevail over the matters of upbringing kids. When they struggle even to feed their children, that's when we step in. We try to reach out to a family and provide our help even before that. Because when you work...
So, to catch them before they fall down completely.
Of course, we help them with food, material goods and so on, in all possible ways, so that they can make a living and bring up their children independently in the future.
Konstanta charity organization was founded in Tver Oblast in 2011. In cooperation with social protection authorities, it has managed to help several thousand families in need for the last several years. So when children are being removed from parents due to alcohol abuse, by the way, what are the main reasons why children are being taken away?
Of course, alcohol.
Did you eat anything today?
No.
You didn't eat anything at all?
Mom didn't feed you, did she?
There can also be reasons related to housing conditions. When there is no heating, no windows, or no electricity in the house, it's one of the main reasons in Russia.
So if living conditions are
inappropriate or bad, then
children are removed?
Yes. Well, a certain period of time is given to improve the conditions.
How does it work?
If that is possible at all.
Let's say one lives in a house with no electricity, has no job, has drinking problems. Social workers come to such a person, and what do they say? Get a job, get your house fixed.
Yes, that's exactly what they say. And if nothing changes in half a year...
At least they give half a year for that.
They give you a deadline to fix everything. If you don't meet the deadline, social workers come to you and suggest that you voluntarily place your child in
an orphanage?
In the beginning, it's not a real orphanage, it's like a temporary institution. A family submits documents to officially waive their rights on a child.
So they do it voluntarily? They are not
It's
forced?
often done voluntarily, since forced removal is a very long process. Forced methods are applied only when there's an obvious threat to a child, like alcohol abuse, and when it's clear there will be a deprivation of parental rights eventually.
If the conditions are not improved, child services have full rights to take kids away from their parents. It can be done right away, given that there is supposedly a threat to a child's life or health. That's what happened in Lyudmila's family.
There was a fire in Lyuda's flat. Her child is 4 years old. A family member is in charge of his guardianship temporarily. The child's future isn't clear yet. He will either be placed in a foster family or will be back with his mother. She got a job yesterday, but she is already skipping today. We are offering her to get specialized treatment whenever she is ready. Actually, she has agreed to get it, but still,
What's her condition now?
she's under the influence of alcohol.
Alcohol. Anyway, let's take a look.
When there was a fire here,
18th of February?
were you here when it happened?
Yes.
Was your child here as well?
My child was here as well.
What had caused the fire? A cigarette?
Probably.
You smoke, don't you?
Yes, I smoke.
And how was the fire put out?
Neighbors stopped it.
What about you? Were you sleeping?
Well, my son woke me up. Don't film me.
Can you please tell us?
My son woke me up, a small child. He is 4 years old. He woke me up. The fire broke out. We knocked on our neighbor's door. They opened. And everything here was on fire.
Were you drunk?
Yes.
A 4-year-old managed to wake his drunk mother up. If it wasn't for him, this fire could have ended in tragedy. The boy is staying with a remote relative now.
He is a little kid. His future is under discussion now. He either stays in that family or he is...
But he's my boy.
Tell me, how can he live here?
He is my boy.
He is taken care of there, and here was a fire.
So what? He still remembers everything.
Does he...
Yes, he is telling me, Mom, why didn't you get up when I was trying to wake you up?
So he remembers this tragedy.
Did this tragedy cause him a large psychological trauma?
I don't know whether it was a large trauma or not, but he remembers it and tells me about it.
Lyudmila tries to visit her son once a week, but she fails to do it sometimes because of her drinking habits. When was the last time you saw him?
Last week on Saturday.
On Saturday.
What day is it today?
It's Thursday.
Yes, on Saturday.
So 5 days ago.
Yes.
When after that you started binge drinking?
Yeah, I guess so.
Lyudmila is 42. She is divorced. For a long time, she was unemployed and was not even seeking for a job. After her child had been taken away, she didn't find strength to change her life.
Do you work?
Kind of.
Where?
I did work up until today.
Until today. You didn't go to work.
I didn't go to work today.
Why?
I worked as a cook. I am actually a cook.
Why didn't you go to work?
Well, I have reasons. I am in this condition. How can I show up at work in this condition?
What condition are you talking about?
Because I drank.
Why did you drink?
Because I wanted to.
Do you want to give that up?
I do.
Do you drink every day?
No.
How often do you drink?
I may have benders.
So, what is going on right now?
Right now I am on a bender, yes.
How long have you been drinking for?
For 5 days.
5 days in a row?
Yes.
Are you going to drink today?
No, I don't think so.
Why you think not? You don't want to?
No, it seems that it's time for me to stop.
Are you planning to do something about it?
I am. I have a small child. Of course I want to do something. Why not?
Where is the kid now?
So why you don't? Here are people who want to help you.
Then help me, please.
It is necessary that you don't drink for at least 10 days.
I can get a coding therapy.
Have you ever tried? Was there a period of your life when you weren't drinking? After the fire, maybe?
There was. It was a long period when I was not drinking.
Lyudmila has started dating a new man recently. Probably he will be able to have an influence on her.
There was this situation. I was taken to a hospital, so she decided to relax like that.
Without you?
Yes, because she can't do it when I'm around and without me.
Do you constrain her in a way?
Yes.
You don't drink at all?
It happens sometimes that I drink, but very rarely. I realize the possible consequences very clearly. I lived through a lot of pain. Alcohol killed my mother. It killed my father, too. Therefore, I have these associations with alcohol.
Negative?
Yes. I once had a triple alcohol poisoning myself. I almost died, but doctors saved me. And they told me, if you want to stay alive, stop drinking.
How long have you been sober?
Well, so, I am 40 now today.
Today?
Yes,
Happy birthday.
thank you.
Are you going to celebrate?
You see, that's a present I am getting. Jokes apart. I have been sober for 20 years out of my 40.
And where do you work?
At the Verkhnevolodsky tannery.
How much do you earn?
The salary is around $440 to $500.
Ah, that's quite good.
It's fine for our city.
Damn, you're like a top manager.
Lyudmila has a chance to get her son back, but she has to go through an alcoholism treatment program and also improve the living conditions.
Can this family be saved?
I would say no. In this case, we need to work with a foster family.
So you can only save the child?
We are not saving the family here. We are only working on saving the child. Otherwise, it all depends on the mother and on the family where the child is living right now. The kid in this case was not placed in an orphanage, but was taken to a foster family right away. So the kid lives with a family now, not in a state residential institution. The only way we can help his mother is by offering her to get treatment. And then we will see.
And then we will see how she will be doing. We'll see how long she can stay sober. We need to work closely with her.
They obviously don't have an adequate place to live. The house has to be repaired. They'll need help with it. A child's life is always at threat in such a house.
You never know. But if she will have a serious relationship with this man, then, technically, the child can be returned to this house if it complies with certain living standards.
As far as I understand, she expects you to repair her house.
We claim that, yes.
Child Care Services said they would also help. There was a suggestion from their part to install a plastic window for her. You saw the state of the current one from that side of the house. But a window can't be a final goal on its own. Where would her child come back to? To a window? Thus, we should go all the way, or we should look for some other options.
Restoring parental rights is quite difficult. Few families succeed in it. Some can't stop drinking. For others, a stumbling point is their lack of money or terrible living conditions.
Anyways, people are facing hard times. But why are they facing hard times? What are these hard times?
A shortage of money, because it costs a lot to repair electrical wiring and other
So
stuff.
they don't have money because they don't work.
Many of them don't work because there are no jobs here. Lots of families live on welfare. They live on a child benefit.
How much is it?
It's $100 for a child on average.
So what do they live on? On their parents' and grandparents' pension?
They also receive $37 to $50 as a benefit for low-income groups. They get an annual benefit of $106, if I am not mistaken, as a low-income family. They can get it from the Social Protection Department once a year.
If parental rights are terminated or even limited, such parents lose all their subsidies and state benefits for children.
Let's say there is a person in a critical situation. Social services come to him and they say, "Get a job." But there are no jobs. And they understand it very well. Why do they say it? What should people do? And they continue taking children away.
There is a monitoring schedule. According to the schedule, they'll come to check this family in a month. And we'll tell them the exact same thing. They will draw up a record stating that they arrived and took notes of all the conditions. That's all that will happen. Nothing more.
A summer period is easier. Lots of people take up some jobs in the gardens of their neighbors, summer residents, etc. Summer is easier for survival. Some go mushroom and berry picking in the woods. It's also seasonal. And then they can sell those mushrooms and berries.
So people literally live off the land.
Yes, yes. Summer is good for surviving, of course. They can get informal jobs. From those who need some gardening stuff to be done, while formal job is really hard to get. They don't have a formal income. They are generally not welcomed at formal workplaces.
Having no job and no social support, these people hit the rock bottom very soon, and it's extremely difficult to get out of there. For some of them, it's impossible. The only ones who are there to help are employees of charity organizations like Konstanta.
We help them with food, material goods, and etc. in all possible ways. We want them to make their own living in the future and be able to bring up their children themselves. Generally speaking, fire hazards coming from stoves, wires, heating are the main reasons why children end up in orphanages in winter, and usually a family cannot afford. A standard stove costs $1,255. We will see one soon. As a rule, a stove reparation or an installation of a new one costs $1,255.
We'll go to this apartment now. One of them doesn't work. There is a big Russian stove, and it doesn't work. The second one also has some problems. Only the third one still maintains the temperature in the house somehow. Our goal here is to dismantle those two that are out of order and build a new one instead. with a cooker so that she can cook on it.
Wait a second, I have a question. Do I get it right? The future of these children depends on a stove.
Not really.
In fact, it does, doesn't it?
It's only one of the factors.
Child services had been considering Anastasia's family as dysfunctional for quite a long time and was already in the records. Parents used to drink a lot, children didn't have enough food, and the youngest child was not taken care of at all.
This winter, an old lady here had the roof of her shed collapse, and she said that my son with his friends were the ones to blame. At the hearing, he said, "Mom, I didn't do it," and cried. One lady at the commission said that the fact that he cried meant he was guilty. You don't look after your child, they said.
Sorry, what commission?
The Juvenile Affairs Commission?
So that old lady called the police?
Yes, she said that the boys did that to her roof. So we were taken to the hearings by the commission. There was a trial because of this shed.
So, the Child Services of Kuvshinovo filed a legal claim.
They told me I was restricted in parental rights.
No, Anastasia, wait. You first caught the attention of Child Services because of this case with a shed.
No, it happened a long time ago. It was before that, yes. They came to me earlier, yes.
So, you knew about their concerns before?
Yes, I used to be drunk all the time.
And how old is your child?
13,
And when did they take him away?
a year ago.
And before that, what was going on for 12 years?
I was drinking, and I felt well, and the child was with me.
And how did he feel?
Not so well, I believe.
But he attended school?
Yes, he did.
And you were taking care of him? You checked his grades at school?
Yes,
But were you raising him alone?
yes.
What happened to his father?
We got divorced because he was abusive.
Does he care about his child?
No, he doesn't. He used to beat me to raise his voice at the children.
Does he pay alimony?
No, he doesn't pay anything.
So he doesn't care that his child is being taken to somewhere?
He doesn't care.
And where is your child now?
He is in Emmaus.
He was taken away from you.
I was restricted in parental rights.
Why?
How come?
I was a good friend of alcohol, so to say.
But you don't look like a person with drinking problems at all.
I've pulled myself together. I reached out to the Social Protection Department. I asked for their help, or otherwise I could lose my child.
It was only when her son got taken away that Anastasia realized she couldn't keep living like that. She became alcohol-free and completely changed her lifestyle. It was far from being easy. It took Anastasia a whole year to get her life together.
How long have you been dealing with all these troubles?
Oh, I don't know how to say. My whole life, I guess. From the moment I started living with a bad man. And then I was always alone.
When did you ask for help? How long ago?
A year ago, I think.
A year ago?
Well, they used to offer help before. But I thought I could do everything on my own. It went around in circles. I cried, I drank, and I couldn't do anything.
Did you go to Konstanta?
Yes, I did.
So, yes, she went to Tver.
We have prevention programs. We have a specialist in Tver. He was the only one who agreed to treat our patients after rehab clinics on a paid basis. He provides consultancy and assistance in treatment. In addition, he checks our patients' health and prescribes some preventive medicine. Of course, this process is long. But if a patient makes progress, they can come again 2 to 3 times. This time it was a success. Right?
Right away, yes, without any problems.
So you don't drink anymore?
Not at all.
That specialist is a psychotherapist. He provides consultancy, he checks.
He has a PhD in medicine. It's very serious.
Firstly, he consults a client, then he tailors his prescription according to the client's condition.
What about your partner?
My partner doesn't drink. He works.
He doesn't drink either?
No, he doesn't. Well, he may have 1 or 2 glasses on weekends, but that's it.
You join him then?
No, I don't want that.
Where do you work?
At a factory.
So are you telling me that one can get out from this alcohol pit and this poverty, even though they barely have any options?
Yes, it is possible.
How hard is it?
Remember that a human being has a changing nature. While he still breathes, he can change his life, but it is very difficult.
What is a percentage of success stories?
Half of the families remain stable for the first year. We supervise them. So with the help of the fund, with the support of specialists from non-profit organizations, with monthly checkups, but those are families that are motivated to get their children back or keep them in the family. This motivation helps them to stay strong.
Basically, further support is desirable, so that a person does not stay alone. They need to feel like a part of society, and not that it's a one-time assistance.
I think this is the key difference between the approach of the state and that of a non-profit sector.
Anastasia is planning to restore her parental rights now. This can be done only in court. A certificate of being treated from alcoholism won't be enough to return her son.
Now we need to pay off the debts on alimony. Because if we will go to court, they will totally check the dynamics of alimony debt payments.
Who do you owe alimony to?
Anastasia must pay alimony to her son.
As soon as a child is removed, even before the trial, they start counting the due alimony.
Meaning that you must pay to the state?
Yes. When I had some money, I used to pay $62 here and there.
How much is the debt now?
I don't know. I didn't check for some time.
You need to check that and start paying it off. Because the trial is approaching, Child Services will consider your housing conditions. We will get you a new stove. We will fix the heating. They will also consider the dynamics of alimony payments.
Public prosecutors always take it into consideration.
You have to provide evidence that your child is going to live in proper conditions. As of now, there are 3 stoves in the house, only one of which can heat the flat. The second one is out of order, and the third one doesn't work at all. But wait, there's more. Window frame in the son's bedroom should be replaced, as well as wiring. All these reparation works cost more than $1,630. Do you have a regular job now?
Yes.
How much is your salary?
$145.
$145 per month.
Yes.
If it wasn't for Konstanta Foundation that collected the necessary sum, a single mother could have had to save this amount of money for years and years.
Is it your son in the picture?
Yes, that's my dear son.
Do you keep in touch with him now?
Yes, we talk every day. I have already sent 5 mobile phones to him.
You went to Emmaus just recently, didn't you?
Yes, I went there on the 1st of April and on the 1st of
You
May.
go to visit him?
Yes, I do.
How is he doing? Does he miss you?
Yes, he does. We cried together.
Does he want to come back here?
Yes, it hurts to be far from each other.
It's Yura, right?
Yura.
Restoration of parental rights is only possible with a child's consent if they are older than 10. It seems that Anastasia won't have problems with that. We see here that the family is ready, the child is ready, and the mother is ready, so...
We see strong motivation here.
Obviously, the housing conditions are not the best, but it is still better for a child to be here than to be in an orphanage. Nevertheless, it has to be proven somehow. She has to pay off alimony debts even though her salary is extremely low. It is necessary to go through all these steps just to prove that this family has a right to exist. What is the role of the state here?
It controls. That's what it does.
As of today, from the point of view of the state, this child should stay at the orphanage rather than with his mother.
Moreover, if the child gets back home, the family will still have to confirm to the state that... I mean, this family will be constantly monitored. There will still be a risk that the child is removed again.
Yes, if something of this kind happens again, child service authorities will come here regularly to check on the child. And if they see that something is wrong, and a lot can go wrong, in fact. For example, if they open a fridge and there is no food, or not enough of food, it will mean that something is already going wrong. If the house looks a bit messy, a bit dirty,
You see,
So from the point of view of the state,
it's vigilant,
it is not helping, it's controlling.
it's control.
It's not support.
Yes, exactly.
Elena's family is being closely monitored by child care services as well. But unlike Anastasia, they don't take any actions to return children to the family.
How many children do you have?
2,
And in total,
5,
where are the other 3
they were taken away.
taken away? Can you tell us why?
Well, I used to drink. I was young, so I used to drink a lot.
And those kids that have been taken away, how old are they now?
The eldest is 11. Twins are 9.
That makes it 11, 9, 9. And when were they taken away?
In 2014.
Do you keep in touch with them?
No,
Why?
I don't know where they are.
And you don't want to know?
Of course I want.
Are you trying to...
Of course I would like to get them back, but I can't.
But they do stay somewhere now. You could probably come to visit them or call them.
Not yet.
I think if you contact child services, they will let you know where the kids are now, even if they are in a foster family. They can tell you the address.
They did.
Now it's up to you.
How can I go there? I have 2 kids at home.
We are not judging you. We're just saying it is possible.
How old are your kids now?
4 and 3.
I see.
There is no alcohol here, right? At least I don't see it at first glance. I don't know. You might be hiding something. There is always a risk of kids being removed, due to fire hazards, for example. Moreover, child services know the history of this family. It's easier to handle a case where a family faces such problems for the first time, while here we see a family that has already experienced children's removal. Your parental rights were terminated after a court case, right?
Why were they terminated?
I have already told you.
Alcohol, right? And how did you handle it?
Quite well. I just stopped drinking. On your own?
Yes.
Parents with limited rights can no longer raise their children, but they can still stay in touch with them. However, it seems that Elena is not interested in it.
Are they in a foster family?
Yes, yes.
And you don't keep in touch?
Are you planning to?
Yes, I should. I should probably call the child services.
Your kids will grow up and they may not be willing to have any contacts.
Maybe.
You can walk to the child service. It's only a kilometer from you.
They stayed with my sister. She told me they were taken away from her. I am not sure about my brother. I was told that he wrote a letter of waiver. So the kids were taken to an orphanage in Torzhok. I called there and the eldest son told me, Mom, even if you can't take us home, you should still come to visit.
Are child services trying to take these children from you as well?
No.
But child services understand that.
They contacted you, didn't they?
Well, yes, they did.
So they have certain worries about this family.
If you read the documents from the authorities, they say there is a risk of removal of the children. That's it.
Do you realize that authorities consider there is a risk?
So if anything goes wrong,
They have never told me.
But they've told that to the charity.
the issue is not only that the family is poor, and our organization should support them. The main issue here is the risk that the kids might be taken away.
The organization works by direct request of child services. We have already said that we can't do it without a backup. So they take children away. It's up to them whether children should stay with a family or not. To take them away or not. To monitor a family or not. And we are here on standby. Here, in Tver Oblast, we are probably the only organization for orphans, which also works closely with the state, by request. And this working structure is efficient, because we have resources that the state doesn't have.
Their resource is to take away kids, and yours is to collect money so that they don't take kids away.
They have resources to monitor, to take children away, to control.
Legally, psychologically, but first of all, financially, since social services don't have their own money.
Mitya is angry.
Yes, I am angry because she has 5 children. 3 of them were taken away, so she gave birth to 2 more.
Have you noticed how she doesn't even care? Well, they are somewhere. She doesn't even know where.
Her first phrase about her kids, I don't know where they are.
Yes, I worry about them and so on, but I couldn't find their address or call them or write to them for 5 years.
Although the Child Services Department is...
The department is like 1 kilometer away from her house, if you go straight. And you don't even need to call anyone.
So she has every opportunity to keep in touch with her children.
but no desire.
Obviously.
I'm trying to understand how they happen to have 4 or 5 children. Why does it happen?
I don't think she will stop at 4.
She is 35 years
I
old.
think she will easily give birth to 3 more.
I'm not sure about 3, but 2 sounds realistic.
We always hear people talking about spirituality, having a big family, etc. But in reality, it turns out that she is having kids, and then they are taken away from her. By the way, if I understood correctly, she bought this house with the maternity payout that she received for having her first 3 kids.
Yes, but maternity payout is taken back from you if there was a case of child's removal. She probably used the maternity payout given for her youngest children.
If children get back home, then you need to appeal to a court, once again, to restore your maternity payout.
There has been a new law since 2019. Low-income families receive $125 monthly for each child who is below 1.5 years old. $125 is a good deal for them. So lots of people are willing to give birth again and again just to get this money.
So they live on all those welfare benefits, maternity
For
payouts?
large families, the more children you have, the more money you can get from the state. Technically, you can survive on it. Not live, though. At least not for the children, but maybe for yourself. In this case here, children have a mother, a family, they receive some care. Moreover, they are small and they already have some kind of affection. If children of this age end up in an orphanage, then most likely their life will be the same as that of their parents. And we don't know how many of them will have a family at all.
Child poverty creates a poverty trap. In most cases, children from poor families can't get a decent education. which means that majority of them is doomed to have a low-paid job. And as a result, when they get old, they'll get the tiniest pension. Their kids and grandkids are highly likely to have the same life. Furthermore, the severity of poverty will only increase from one generation to another.
No one cares about these people, apparently.
There's no escape for them. The only one who can find a way out of here is the one who can do it himself, and this requires a lot of strength.
Or support, but we need some means for support.
But they surely don't understand it themselves. They have accepted their condition, and I'm sure she thinks everything is fine with her life. She doesn't really understand why we have come to visit her. She looked confused when we asked her questions about child services. She had no idea what was wrong.
The authorities didn't tell me they wanted to take away my children.
It didn't threaten me.
I guess sometimes there might be serious threats, and maybe here the warnings were not so tough.
So she doesn't understand.
She has absolutely no idea. She is in this stable set of mind. She doesn't think anything is wrong.
I think after we had left, she went in denial, like why the hell they came, what they wanted from me.
Well, I see here, we worked in different families, and there are some where everything is completely messed up, where you need to clean everything for them, help with cooking, feed the children. At least here I see that she cleans her house. I mean, obviously all those toys should be put away, and best scenario thrown away, but I mean that she still has some hopes.
Here is the story. 3 children were taken away and moved to Torzok. There's a regional center for children there. It's not exactly an orphanage, as children are placed there temporarily. So they were taken there because their parents were caught with alcohol.
So I went to a sauna. Be quiet, be quiet. I went to a sauna, and I guess my heart couldn't take it. It had been 2 months without... I had been working for 2 months straight, without days off, so my heart could not handle it. So ambulance came and took me.
And the ambulance team informed the child services, right?
Yes.
And did you have any issues with alcohol before?
Well, yeah, we used to drink, I won't lie.
Tell me who doesn't drink today.
I don't drink.
But we used to drink and we were caught with it. We wanted to get our children back, so we went through coding therapy.
But the grandma still drinks, doesn't she?
It's useless with her, she'll never change.
Grandma loves alcohol, doesn't she?
Yes,
How often does she drink?
every day.
I drink. I don't deny it. And my daughter drinks.
Drinks? Drank, maybe, in past tense.
She drinks.
Have you seen me with a glass? I have all the papers.
Yes, you're still living in my house.
Please be quiet, mother-in-law.
Your house.
This house was actually bought with maternity payout.
She's got delirium tremens.
I see.
Besides alcohol abuse, there was one more issue identified in this household. Wiring was in a critical condition. The parents fixed everything they could, but they just could not afford replacing electrical wires. So Konstanta Foundation stepped in.
We did reparation works on our own. Evgeny helped us with the wiring.
We also went to a doctor.
He did everything he could.
Child Protection Services do the inspections and they check everything. And if they see poor wiring, they don't return kids until it's improved.
Where were the kids?
At our regional center for children.
Parents did their best to visit kids regularly, but kids still started feeling distant from their mother and father. Parents missed the moment when 9-month-old Sasha did her first steps at the children's center.
Any separation of children from their parents leads to maternal deprivation. I witnessed it myself. You couldn't come for 5 months, right? When parents came after 5 months of separation... Alex, wait a second. So, when parents came, social workers noticed how reluctant children were to meet their parents. From psychological point of view, children at the age of 8 to 9 months have a fear of unknown faces. So, they were separated.
It's terrible.
And all the unknown faces of the caregivers at the center.
It's a torture for a child. That's terrible.
After Alexei had quit drinking, he could finally get an extra source of income. How much do you earn?
Around $190.
What do you live on now? How much money do you have for the whole family per month?
Something around $375.
Is it enough?
No, who has enough? That's not enough.
Not enough for what?
For reparation works. Here, look, we have some repairing going on. I'm busy with this wall now.
Wainscoting, making the house cold-proof. It used to be cold.
I'm insulating the wall now. I have already insulated the porch. It's warm now. We need to cover the roof of the porch. It all costs money. It's expensive.
What do you usually eat?
What do we eat?
Pasta, potatoes.
Meat?
And meat, yes.
Do kids get any fruits, vegetables, chocolates?
Yes, they do.
The interior of the house is rather poor.
But Alexei and Anastasia are doing their best to keep it clean and tidy. They also get some food from their own garden. They managed to buy an old car recently. It's Moskvich 2141. The main goal for Alexei and Anastasia now is to keep all that they worked so hard to restore, and not to repeat mistakes of their past.
It's bad for us that grandma came to visit and children could see her like this. Can I speak to you? I'm pregnant.
Mom, stop it.
You are what?
Ilya, we cannot film it. No, of course not. She may be pregnant with hallucination. We, as an organization, help all family members. There were cases when we helped both grandparents and parents with their alcohol addiction. Here, we're going to work with the grandma.
Can you help a person with a condition like that?
I don't know about her condition, but if she can last at least 5 days without alcohol, we can try to work with her.
I think if she looks at her life sober, she will want to get drunk again. I'm finishing this journey with mixed feelings. First of all, we saw very different cases today. What should a person who was touched by these stories do?
I think the most important thing is to find someone in your region who works with people like that and support that organization. There's an important thought that I'd like to repeat. A charity fund does not always mean money. A charity fund means expertise. It's about experience. It's about knowledge. It's about people who know how to do things right. You donate $1, $2, or $100 to them, and they convert this money into real help, into care, into attention, into love, into professional skills, into support of these people, into their treatment, etc. It's a scope of competence, and this is exactly what we need to support and help to develop.
I believe that after this video, there are a bit fewer indifferent people among my viewers. If it provoked some thoughts, and you want to start helping someone financially or as a volunteer, or even if you just think about what is happening in Russia and realize that we need to change it, then our work wasn't in vain. Then me and Mitya did not travel around Russia for 3 days for nothing, and we will definitely do it again. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. Share in comments what you think about it and whether this topic is interesting to you and whether we should explore this topic more. Bye everyone.
Bye.